What's up, guitar fan? We're here with Steph, Cultural Marketing Director here at Marshall. NAMM Day 1, Marshall's back.
Marshall's
How
back.
does it feel?
It feels big.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
You know, we come back. This is a big year for us. You know, we have had a lot happen in the last few years with the collaboration with the headphone company and the amp company coming together. And first time back in 5 years, and we've launched 4 new products.
Yeah. Let's talk about them.
Okay, what do you want to hear first?
JCM 800.
Okay, so our modified series, 2203 modified. Everyone loves the sound of JCM 800.
Yeah.
Right, everyone does.
Classic.
But what a lot of people love about the sound of a JCM 800 is actually a JCM 800 with pedal in front of it. That's, you know, you hear it, this record 800, this record 800. Normally they're boosted with a pedal.
Right.
So the modified 800 gives you 2 different clipping modes. So there's a clipping mode that gives you more distortion, and then there's a gain in clipping mod that gives you even more distortion, saturated tones. It's also got, like, for the soloists out there, it's got a mid shift to just give you a more pronounced mid, and then it also gives you a tight so that you can just roll off some of that low end. When you get into the higher gain mods, it gets big. And I'm the type of person, I love that big guitar sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
But for a lot of players, I get it, you just put the tight on and it does it. And from a recording point of view, it's an easy flick it on and then it's recording ready. If you want it stock, you can have it stock.
Yeah.
They're set and forget mods. So, like, really going back to the old school mod culture of the 80s, where it's, you set it, you forget it, you leave it. And if you don't like it, just flick it back off again. You get stock 800.
So is that like the iteration, this new iteration, was that built off feedback from, you know, players around, or how did that come about?
Part of feedback from players, part of feedback from ourselves using them, you know. I can't remember or tell you the last time there was an iteration of the JCM 800.
Yeah.
You know, came out and it's been running in that iteration for a long time. So for us, we were like, we've been in the modded world forever. The company started in '62. The first couple of amps that came through, people would go to the shop and they'd ask for tweaks. They'd tweak stuff and they'd bring it back and forth. From an artist point of view, we've been modding amps for artists forever.
Forever, yeah.
Any artist that wants something, we tweak them. All the signature amps we've released live are modded versions of stock catalog amps. We were like, we've been modding amps forever, but we're not known as a modded amp brand. So instead, let's just get the modded amps to the general public and let's give you our version of a modded Marshall based on all the stuff we know. We know you love it. We know you love it with a pedal in front. That's that one.
Perfect.
We know you love it with a boosted pedal in front. That's that one. We know in the studio you do this. That's that switch. We know when you solo you want this. That's that switch. So it was just thinking about how they're used, how they could be used, how they should be used, and what we could do to make it a really versatile product that gives you more.
That's awesome. What other products are newly announced?
Modded 59.
Yeah.
So along with the modded 800, we've got the modded 59. The modded 59 gives you that 59 sound at lower volume. So we've got a pre-tone stack master volume, which means you can really get the sound of the amp at low volume.
Right.
A lot of them, when you go the other way, you lose something.
Yep.
In this, it doesn't. It retains that sound. So if you want to sound like Angus Young in a stadium, you can in your living room.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And not kill your neighbours at the same time.
Or wake your children up.
Or wake your children.
Yeah.
That's
my problem.
That's an important one.
That's my problem.
An important one.
Yeah.
So the master volume just lets you drive the amp to get that classic 59 sound, but in a usable format for most people. Not many people play stadiums.
Yep.
Or arenas.
Yeah.
Most people play at home.
Yep.
And without running through an attenuator or something like that, this just means you can get the sound you want at home. And along with that, there's 2 clipping modes in that as well. So there's a diode clipping mode, which kind of gives you the sound of a pedal in front of your amp. That's what that one does. And then the transistor clipping mode kind of just gives you the natural sound of the amplifier. You get a dip in volume, but where the volume dips, it sounds massive. So it just sounds like the amp pushed forward.
Yeah.
And then along with that is the bright cap. So when you're at those low volumes, if you want a bit of the sparkle, flick it on and it brings that vibrance back out again. So that's the modded series. The first 2 iterations of modded amps that Marshall have created for, like, the general public consumption. Hopefully, not the last 2, but I don't know where that's going to go yet, but we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah.
We've done Studio 900, so JCM 900, but in the 20-watt compact version.
Beautiful.
JCM 900's in England a very Marmite amp. People either love it or they don't like it. So we've decided to take that into a 20-watt version, listening to feedback that people have given us on the other Studio Series amps. This one's 20 watts, 5 watts, 1 watt.
Perfect.
The other Studios are 20 or 5, so this gets that sound right down so that you can play at home, not wake the kids up, not annoy the neighbors, and just make that work the right way. And it's super lightweight, super easy. 20 watt gets you perfect on any club stage, 5 1 watt bedroom at home.
Perfect, recording, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the final products we've got a range of overdrive pedals. So they're not modeled pedals, they're overdrive, stock overdrive pedals, but they're imagined from their big big brother, big sister, however you want to look at it. So it's a 59, 800, 900, JVM and DSL pedal. Each of the pedals have got really basic controls, and each one has like a unique function to each amplifier. So on the 800 one, for example, you've got a high sensitivity and a low sensitivity input. There's a sensitivity control on it.
Nice.
So if you want that sound, all the way to the left. If you want that sound, all the way to the right. If you want to jump them, put it in the middle.
Yeah, blend it.
And then you get that sound that you can't get from this, but it gives you the sound of an 800. So if you're a Fender guy, turn your twin into an 800.
Ah, there you go.
So that's the idea behind it, and they're all products that we've had in the portfolio, ideas in the portfolio for a long time. It's all about giving players more versatility, more tonal options, just to help bring Marshall back, and to just get us to that point where we've been listening, we've been hearing what everyone's saying, we've been hearing the worries of people, and we're like, we're here.
Yeah, here we are.
We're bigger than ever.
Yeah, I mean, saw Fluff was performing right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a large followed influencer, content creator. So is that like something you guys are going more into now, working with creators, influencers?
Yeah, we wanted to spend some time really looking at how we can integrate players, endorsers, into what we do, because the most authentic voice of our brand, for me, it shouldn't be us. It should be someone else talking about us. So what we're looking at now is we're looking at bringing more endorsers and influencers on board with the company, so that when we've got things like this, or if we need to go and do clinics, we can get them to speak on behalf of the brand, because when they speak on behalf of the brand, it means more to them. When I speak on behalf of the brand, people go, yeah, but you're paid to do that.
Right.
Whereas with the endorsers, we're like, what's your favorite amp? What do you want to do? Well, I want to do that. Cool. What do you want to say? I ain't telling you anything. You do you. You're going to sell it better than anyone else. So for me, it's a really important thing for us to get into that artist community. We've always been for artists. It's now a chance for us to really push and drive it the right way.
That's awesome. And this year, 2025, what does great look like for Marshall? Closing the year out, thinking forward, like, what would the most ideal scenario look like?
That's a really good question. I mean, you know, if we quickly take it back, 62 is where we started. So we're 63 years of Marshall amplification. The headphone and speaker side of the business was 2010, I believe it was, 2012, somewhere in that region. So we're approaching 14, 15 years of that side of the business. The Marshall group is a year and a half old. So the new creation of the group, we're 1.5 years old. And with our 1.5 year old company sitting on 60 years of heritage, great for us this year is getting these products into the world and seeing people using Marshall, falling back in love with a brand that we spoke earlier on. Everyone has a story about a Marshall. For me, I just want to get that next generation of players to know we're here for them just as much as we're here for the icons.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
I mean, it's Marshall, you know where to find them, but where can they find you?
Instagram, Marshall Amps, website, NAMM, if you're here in the next 2 days, and in most stores all over the world. And if you can't find us there, send someone at Marshall a message and we'll figure out how to get us there.
Let's go. Marshall, love it. Thank you, sir.